Candice Cohen is the founder and CEO of Girl Go Hustle, and she owns her own digital agency. This week, the YWCA Greater Charleston will honor her as a technology honoree for the What Women Bring series. I talk one-on-one with Candice for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Candice Cohen, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Hi, thank you for having me, Quintin.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. You know, you are the CEO and founder of Girl Go Hustle. And of course, you have your own digital agency. And needless to say, too, you or later this week are going to be honored as a part of the YWCA's Greater Charleston's What Women Bring Series Awards. The YWCA will actually recognize you and other 11 honorees at a luncheon on Wednesday at Trident Technical College for your outstanding contributions in the areas of business, community, health, entrepreneurship, and of course, culture. You are one of the honorees in the technology category. But let me ask you, what got you from being an entrepreneur to now being a honoree for What Women Bring?
What got me from being an entrepreneur to now being an honoree? Well, first and foremost, when I received the call that I was being honored for a What Women Bring 2023 honoree, I was totally wowed. I'm wow, really, truly such an honor. So I honestly can't tell you what got me there other than the fact that someone obviously nominated me. How they choose that, I'm really not sure how the process works, but honestly, I'm super honored that someone would even think of me to nominate me. And I'm also more grateful that the YWCA saw fit to choose me for their technology honoree. And so entrepreneurship has been certainly a marathon. And just being now in the space of technology is obviously some big shoes to fill. And so I'm just really excited for what's next.
What is the state of entrepreneurship?
What is the state of entrepreneurship as it pertains to women? That's really what I try to focus more so on. And the truth of the matter is that when it comes to women founders, women business owners, we are really almost at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to getting funding that we need for our companies and for our businesses, for our startups. Okay. And so while men, it's easy for them to go in with their venture capital, ideas and all the new things that they're pushing out there. It's easy for them to go out and get the funding that they need. Whereas for women, it's really not that easy for us to go out and get funding. It's even harder for African American women. So I would say the state of entrepreneurship as we all see it, to me, things are going great. In general, small businesses to me are the lifeblood of our communities. It's what gets things moving, driving, and pumping. So, of course, I'm always going to be in support of small business owners, but I'm also in support of women founders and women business owners who are needing the funding that they need to really launch and scale their companies. And then also just needing the technology, the know-how, assistance with marketing, which is obviously what we specialize in. They need these tools and they need technology in order for their businesses to actually survive. Most folks say, or I believe it is a statistic, that most small businesses don't make it past 5 years. It's my goal to help kind of expand that number through the services that we provide.
So how have you expanded that thus far with your tools and resources?
I feel like we're really contributing to that by providing marketing services that are tailored to small businesses. Nothing that's cookie cutter. So it's really easy nowadays for folks to get out and create a product or service in the area of digital marketing or technology and just kind of sell that same thing over and over. They even say that you can become more successful by sharing or selling the same thing over and over and over and over to an actual specific niche audience. For me, yes, that would be the fastest route to growth, but to me, it's not always the fastest route to success. I feel like every small business owner needs a specific tailored marketing strategy that's going to work for their business type. And so we do pride ourselves on being able to provide that for small businesses, thus being able to kind of meet, I guess, or to close that gap in that whole 5 years, you would be closed down. But for us, our marketing strategies actually work. So whereas when the pandemic hit, most companies closed down, our clients yeah, if they were in beauty, of course they had to close, but as soon as doors opened back up, they were off the ground running. And some of the clients even made more money than they ever had made before during the pandemic. So I know that that has a lot to do with the marketing strategies that we offer.
So between, say, for instance, 2020 to right now, how many clients have you actually garnered?
Oh my goodness, since what year?
Since 2020, when the beginning of the pandemic.
You said how many, what was your question?
Yes, since 2020, how
Mhm.
many clients have you actually garnered?
Oh my goodness, I have not actually kept count. And the reason being is because we do actually have clients that we work with on a recurring basis. And then we have clients that we work with on a project base. So basically, like they may need a website or they may need to build a community. They may need help to build a course. During the pandemic, however, I can say that that was one of the best years for us in business as well. Everyone was home. And so it gave them an opportunity to sit down and work on their dreams, sit down and really feed their baby being their business and entrepreneurship. And so a lot of women and men reached out to us to help them with building up their websites, getting their social medias together. It really gave an opportunity for small business owners to sit down and kind of focus on the things that were important in their business. We do tend to work with a lot of guys who work with their hands. So plumbers, HVAC technicians, painters, where it was super easy to just, drive through the neighborhood and say, hey, can we pressure wash your house? We can clearly see you need help. Whereas now, like when the pandemic hit, you couldn't just walk up to someone's door. So a lot of these small businesses saw a huge need to actually now be online. They really saw now, okay, we have to go digital. And so we helped a lot of small business owners, I would say by the dozens during that time, to help them what we call go digital.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. And so let me go back to 2020. So how did you feed your baby, your digital company?
how did I feed my baby? So, like I said, business was great. I think for all digital marketers and those individuals who offer services online around that time, because again, like I said, a lot of small businesses were either closed down, so they kind of to keep things going. They, obviously were working on the back end of their business, the branding part of their business, because they weren't actually face to face with clients. And so I would say certainly our business thrived and was fed based on the services that came in. But one thing that I did do, obviously going back to your question, this is really when we really pumped up Girl Go Hustle during that time. So while everyone else had their projects, and I was running the agency, which we also at the time were a totally different agency, same services, just a little bit better now. But at the time we won Business of the Year through the Better Business Bureau. But I had that opportunity prior to that to sit down and really birth Girl Go Hustle. The whole goal there was to help female entrepreneurs with the launch skills and technology and tools that they needed to start their businesses, to scale their businesses, and to grow and thrive in their marketplace.
What are those skills that they need now post-COVID?
Okay, goodness, post-COVID, everyone needs to go digital. And what do I mean specifically by that? There were times when, like I just explained to you before, it was okay to just do the face-to-face thing and just the referral thing, and they still work very well today. But many people, over 60% of people, search online and make a buying decision online before they decide to go to a dentist office, before they decide to even go to specific stores in the mall that they may not have ever gone into. Even if they've gone in there before, they kind of want to do a little research to see, does that store actually carry the brand they're looking for? Do they carry my size? Or, hey, my child has larger feet. Will this store in particular carry a shoe size for my child? So people are doing tons of research before they get in their car, waste their gas. Everyone's trying to save money. So they're like, look, I'm not leaving until I know for sure these people can actually service me. There are many folks right now who are booking appointments online. They're booking their appointments online, and a lot of companies aren't just taking walk-ins anymore. You have to book online. So these are things that you need to have. Booking tools, CRM. What do I mean by that? You need a way to properly track your clientele. You need streamlined communications. You can't just pick up the phone anymore and just call folks. With the amount of spam that we have that's just coming to the phones, we don't know, is this a legitimate call or is it a spam call? So more than making those relationships on social media, you're going to have to find a way to nurture your base of potential clients through email marketing. I could go on and on, but there's so many little tools that every small business owner would need to kind of stay in that digital realm.
Well, how do you actually, track your clientele?
So we're HubSpot partners. We are our solutions partners with HubSpot. And to me, HubSpot is a direct competitor with a large company called Salesforce. I'm sure many of you have heard of that. I'm like a true believer in HubSpot. I'm always talking about it, preaching on it, telling everyone get HubSpot. HubSpot handles all of our pipelines, meaning we have a support pipeline. So for existing clients who need support with their existing services, if they put in those requests, that goes to the support pipeline. Then we also have project pipelines, meaning when we sign up a new client, our pipeline will display for us when a new client has been onboarded, and we can move them down a specific pipeline. We're able to track our clients, and even if they're not our clients, we're able to track leads, knowing information that kind of gives us better angles when we're going in to sell the client. Just kind of tailoring what they need based upon their previous activity on the internet through behavioral targeting, marketing initiatives, and also through the tracking tools that are provided within HubSpot. I could go all day on HubSpot, but it really is a centralized location that kind of helps us keep things in order. And we pair that with our CēSuite dashboard that is more so client facing for our clients so that they can monitor how they look on the web, their reviews that come in. We've integrated AI technology where they can automatically respond in a very genuine and natural way to these people. We've got tons of tools for social media. I could go on about it, but HubSpot paired with CēSuite dashboard is our go-to.
Do you believe artificial intelligence will hurt or help your business?
I think it would help so many businesses, and I would actually believe that most companies should embrace it versus repelling it. I believe that employees who are, folks who are employed by these companies who are introducing AI technology, I feel like it would probably be your best bet to learn how to use it. Some people look at artificial intelligence as a means to cheat or to kind of get over, and that's not what it is. It's kind of like when self-checkout was introduced to Walmarts and other stores. Everyone was like, listen, I go to Walmart, I want someone to cash me out or check me out. But until you were put in a situation where that line was super long and that self-checkout was super short, and it was just quick for you to go in and check out your Tylenol bottle and walk out of the door. It's just efficiency, and it is the way in the direction that we're going. I don't believe that artificial intelligence will hurt at all. I believe that it can only help. This is data points that humans really fed this thing. So it's not like it can make up any information. We fed this beast. And so all it's doing is compartmentalizing the information that we've given over all of these years, and it's just regurgitating it back to us in a more organized fashion. And to me, again, it provides extreme efficiency for many companies. So I'm definitely all for it.
And what other data points are you using when it comes to artificial intelligence?
Well, anything. I mean, you've got ChatGPT, which was the big thing everyone's talking about. Now you're looking at, Discord, Midjourney. So through Discord, you have Midjourney, which actually filters out imagery. Now, most people are utilizing the image AI. At first, they were like, I can get myself a new headshot. Then it has progressed to, let's make a beautiful art and sell it. So there's folks now who are making artificial intelligent art. They are indeed the designer. And so now they're going and printing off these images, they're framing them, they're selling them. Now they've made a business. For a person like myself, I'm going to see beyond the paper on this thing. I am now utilizing AI for me, and this is really a gem I'm about to drop, but I'm going to drop it. For me, I'm utilizing it in the way that I am pitching potential clients. It's one thing for me to try to explain to you the vision that I see for a company, right? So it's kind of like, man, I can really see you doing this, or I can see us doing that. That's one thing for me to explain it to you. But if I can take my ideas and I really know how to use Midjourney to really get it what I need to get out of it. Now I can feed this thing a vision in my head, and it can spit spit back to me exactly what I'm seeing in my head. Then we take our design and brand development skills and we really tailor those images to now be able to provide a more tailored presentation and pitch to potential clients in the future versus just telling them all these things. Now we can show you like, hey, do you see this? It's almost like a wedding designer or planner. Plan out that wedding. Show that bride what her wedding can look like. So it's one thing for you to say, hey, these are all the things we've done before. And then the bride is telling you what she wants. Now you take that information and you tailor it through AI to really kind of give her almost precisely what you will be able to give her in real life. You're going to stand a much better chance of getting that bride on board with you versus a person who's just kind of talking about it versus you being able to show it.
And before AI was actually developed, what brand development skills were you all using?
So that's the thing. The reason I think we feel so great about it is because in real life, we're great designers. In real life, we're graphic designers. In real life, we're marketers. Yeah. So in real life, we're content. We're great with writing. We've had results with SEO prior to AI. Like, you know what I mean? So prior to AI, we had the awards. We had the proof in the pudding. We were doing the work. Now it's just provided a way for us to get where we would take maybe 3 months to complete a website. We can really complete websites now, to be honest with you, with sheer focus in a day or two. With proper planning, as long as we can properly plan this thing out with the client, gathering their services, gathering their information. Because what would cause a client to get stuck in that process, the majority of them just didn't know what to write. They don't know what to talk about. And they're great. They're doctors. I don't know how much proven, you're a doctor, but it's like, now I have to be a writer. I don't really know how to explain how I help people with labiaplasty and having babies. I'm just not a writer, but I can do it. So now they're struggling between almost like kind of prove that, hey, I'm legit, and then actually delivering babies. And to me, AI doesn't make you any less of a doctor. You either can deliver babies or you can't. You're either a great marketer or you're not. AI just makes all of this a lot more efficient, and it just makes it 10 times easier to really push out what you're already an expert in.
And this is a redundant question, Ms. Candice, but how are you a great marketer now with AI?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I am super bionic now. And the reason being, honestly, because here's the thing, my whole thing has been efficiency. There are individuals like myself who start from the bottom, who didn't have funding coming in. I didn't have a gift from my parents or from friends. I didn't start GoFundMe accounts. I didn't have any funding. I started with $249 to buy a software that I needed to be able to build websites. Okay. That was all I had. At the time, I had a little girl. I've even battled through cancer trying to really build this whole thing out. I'm a breast cancer survivor. So I didn't have all of these things. So I feel like for me, AI is like 5 team members, to one person. You know what I mean? And then if you can imagine the actual other team members that I really have, them also using AI, now it's like they have their own assistants to their one task. So it's making us much better and far more efficient. We're getting way more done in a shorter amount of time.
And speaking of which trends, what exactly are you and your team looking at right now when it comes to AI and marketing in the future?
So we've already implemented tons of AI in our software. So we do offer a free digital marketing toolkit in our CēSuite dashboard. And most of the people who do take up that offer, there's no catch to it. There's an essentials marketing package. It's a toolkit that comes in there. And with the pro versions, we have AI implemented in the email marketing and the review widgets where clients are able to set up a kiosk in there if they say they own a spa or beauty service or anything really, tire company. They can set up a kiosk in their front area where it basically goes after that guest for reviews. All the guest has to do is put in their name, their email, their phone number, and they leave. Once they leave, they're going to start getting those emails and text messages saying, hey, how would you rate your service today? That is AI. Everything from how our reports are being generated automatically for our clients. It allows us to have full transparency in our services. So we don't have to manually make those reports anymore. the AI reports are way more detailed even than what we were able to deliver. So it really gives that full transparency. So yeah, we've already embraced AI. We've embraced it in every way. And we still
Wow.
provide that human interaction by doing live in-person events, just because people are going to still need to be able to weed from who's real, who's fake, who's a robot, who's a human. And so this is why we continue to do things in person, so people can see, okay, she's really intelligent in real life. Okay, they really know what they're talking about in real life. They're not actually a robot, you know? So we do still we're trying to do a lot more in-person events. We just hosted one a few weeks ago and it really turned out great. And so we do continue to, we are planning to continue to do that, just so that we can provide that real human touch and connection.
What do your clients really want?
What do they really want? My clients want to be seen. My clients want to be chosen. And what do I mean by that? They want to be seen and chosen in their respective marketplaces for the services that they provide. At the end of the day, my clients want qualified leads. They want sales. They want revenue. Those are the things that they need. And so though all of this is a full ecosystem, it's not just marketing that's going to get them there. It's going to be a clear sales strategy. They're going to need to have the ability to be able to close, which is why we offer sales strategy services. We offer pitching help. Like, we help you actually pitch and close your clients, because we understand that it's all an ecosystem. This is why we also offer systems and operational systems within your company, because what good is there to run a marketing campaign if you don't have a system that can compartmentalize those leads in an organized way? So at the end of the day, our clients just want to be seen, and they want to be chosen by the right client so that their businesses can thrive and grow.
And you mentioned this earlier, but who exactly is your target audience?
My target audience are local businesses. So you mentioned Girl Go Hustle, and Girl Go Hustle. So I'm like all talking about CēSuite Digital at this point, but Girl Go Hustle. So let's talk about that.
Sure.
Girl Go Hustle, of course, we are targeting female founders, startups, business owners, any female who wants to thrive in business, any female who's already thriving in business, but who needs that community support, and that person who maybe tech isn't your thing, but you know you need it, and you know that you need easy tools to be able to implement that. That is our target audience. Creatives in the industry who really are looking to thrive and grow. And then when it comes to CēSuite Digital, our target audience for that, of course, would be local businesses.
So where are these female founders today here in the Low Country?
So I'm finding them. That's the thing. I love it. So my whole thing is I've been working with individuals all across the country, and then including places in Canada, Jamaica, Australia. And so I really, coming out of COVID, hadn't done a whole lot of in-person brunches and lunches and little get-togethers. I would do them every now and again. So here in the Low Country, I am truly finding them. I've gone to several different events that have been amazing. I've been networking with some amazing women online. They're everywhere, they're everywhere online, which I love those girls too. And I end up meeting people from all over the country through the internet, through social media. But in the Low Country, I am trying to find that pocket of women where we can just get together once a month and co-work together, get some things done, pull our sleeves up and just get some work done. And so I am trying to find those women by continuously hosting events at our new office in Goose Creek.
So you want to co-work. So how do you co-work to get that funding?
How do I so I don't specialize in funding. However, there is can I name drop?
Sure.
There is a company that I do support, and it's called the Fearless Fund, and they do work with BIPOC women, and they are all about making sure that we get the funding that we need to really kind of get that startup money to really start our businesses. And they have an amazing program. I believe their website is fearless.fund, I believe is their website. And so that is a great resource. Also, Cornell University has an amazing leadership certificate program for women. And I am interconnected here with Kristen Barker. She's the program director. She's amazing. And I will actually have her on my platform in the next coming weeks to interview her. And she sends out, I would say, at least 300 different sources of information on different grants and loans, or well, I'm sorry, everything's grants, no loans, everything's grants and funding for female owners.
And you talk about those female owners here in the Low Country. Which one of them actually resembles you?
Which one of the girls that I just
Yeah,
that
you
I just
interact with.
mentioned?
Yes, ma'am. You interact with all the time.
Oh my goodness, of the two that I just mentioned, or
Oh,
just
okay.
the girls in general?
In general.
Okay, so I mean, for me, I'm free flowing. I actually in real life, my sister and I have this battle. She's always like, Candice, you're funnier than me. I think she's the funniest person in the world. She's always like, no, you are funnier than me. So it's always like this back and forth of who's funny. And folks who meet me in person, they know that I am a bubbly person, but I'm all about business. I'm the first to wake up in my home. I'm the last to go down. I have 3 children. And so I think that I'm not saying that I've mastered parenthood and that I've mastered being a mom, because these kids always present something new. But I have really found a way to make sure that my business continues on, also while being a parent, also while being an advocate for breast cancer, also while being a volunteer with Dorchester District 2, my kids' school, both of their schools now I'm volunteering in. And then I'll be in Charleston County. I volunteer, and even in Berkeley County, speaking at their schools. We do Girls Who Code now. I am now a facilitator. Our office is through Girl Go Hustle. So we'll be hosting young ladies from the 6th to 12th grade, teaching them how to code and also helping them create that sisterhood. So any person that kind of vibes with positivity and who's all about business and just really like building that legacy, like that's the person that I would say would resonate with me and that I would resonate with the most.
So, what do you want to present next? What do you want to present new to the technology business?
So right now we're at the end. We're at the final stages of a platform that we're building through Girl Go Hustle, and it's so amazing. I'm so excited about it. It's twofold. So it's kind of like Google has 2 types of users. You have the person who needs Google to find information, and then you have the businesses who are presented on Google for those people to click on their links. Right? So it's like you have the businesses and then you have the users. So we've created a similar platform. So it's not Google, but it does give creatives a space to share their online courses that they may be selling. It gives them an opportunity to share their services. They're able to set up their own websites on this platform. They're able to do everything that a business would need to do to kind of get themselves out there. They're able to set up as creatives. And then what we're going to do in return is we're going to market this platform to general users who may need some of the services that are listed on our site. So if you could kind of put together Fiverr / LinkedIn / Udemy and kind of like couple them all together, it maybe Etsy a little bit, it kind of almost feels like that all placed together. So it's a really warm space. We've got beta users in there now, and we've got nothing but positive feedback so far. So that is the next thing that we're launching. And I would say that every business owner who can get themselves listed in there, it's absolutely free to list your business. Definitely get on board with that. That will be launching in a few weeks.
Wow. And going back, obviously, to what women bring, what does the YWCA mean to you?
YWCA means to me an opportunity of community, an opportunity, a safety net. That's the way I see it. It's like a safety net for BIPOC women, women who may not otherwise get these opportunities through other organizations. And I've actually spoken at one of their 360 Women program. I spoke one night on their platform, and to see how engaged those women were that night, to just like really get the feedback that they needed for their companies, was very impressive. There's not a lot of organizations that are going to provide a safe space and a place for women to really get the assistance and the help that they need. You can't just go to any person that you may even admire on social media and ask them questions. They may not tell you. There's a lot of gatekeeping that goes on. And to me, the YWCA is an open gate. It's an open gate for any woman who wants more and who wants to see more and to get more out of who she is and who she can be to the marketplace. So definitely I would call it a safe haven. That's what it means for me.
And how do you hope to create a safe haven for women in technology in the next 5 to 10 years?
So our goal is to, which is why we're partnered up with Girls Who Code. We're trying to assist them in their initiative to build that pipeline of our next coders, our next technology, people, so our goal is to help build that. That is why we're going to be hosting those classes for those young girls, because when we're out, they're in. That's our goal. Aside from the young women, we also, within Girl Go Hustle, we provide an opportunity for anyone who wants to become a social media manager or website developer. We're training these people. These are women coming from the medical field and just wanting something new. These are teachers coming out of the classroom saying, you know what, I've been teaching all my life, but I want to know how to do this so that I can find other additional ways of income and supplemental income, and so we're teaching them skills that really are long lasting, because digital isn't going anywhere. And so that's our goal. Our goal is to help feed that beast. And so that's why we're here.
Candice Cohen, thank you so much for your time. And again,
Thank
welcome
you.
to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, Quintin.
Oh, you're welcome.